Hi guys, welcome to my channel. As we are welcoming in the new year, it is best to have new habits that will elevate us and make us grow as people. So one of these habits that I have implemented back yet again in my life is journaling. Now I used to journal way back in high school and college. Let me just show you some of my journals. These are like the dollar books that you would get at Primark. And I would just have like little pamphlets of things, planners. I didn't really use it too much, but I would write like poems. I make little plans. It was such a cute concept. I even had like a book journal that I started on that I never got to finish. This is like one of the pages. And then I had another journal of mine. It is such a nice archive to take a look back to. These are like just some maps of places that I wanted to go in my life. Some bucket list things that I've wanted to do. So this is like such a cute archival things that I have that are mine. But then for some reason I stopped journaling, and now I have decided to get back into journaling. So I am introducing some new books in my life. This is way too zoomed. Obviously you do not need this excessive amount of journaling. One journal is just fine, but I like to have a journal for every purpose, and I'm going to kind of explain what each journal I use for. Again, you don't need all these journals. One is just sufficient enough. So the first journal that I'm going to show you is my little pocketbook. This I carry with me out. I wouldn't say all the time, but sometimes. I use it for two purposes. One, I like to vent. One of the things that I want to be able to do this year is to control my anger a little bit more, control my anxiety a little bit more, and kind of pinpoint what exactly I'm feeling and why I'm feeling a certain way. So getting back into journaling is definitely helping me with that. I use this book at least once a day, sometimes twice, 3 times a day, because I also use it to plan things. So if I have a lot that's going to happen on a day, or if I have a day off and I want to plan how exactly I'm going to utilize it, I like to make like a little checklist like I used to do in my old journals. So let me show you this book. So I have my Muji pen, in the elastic. And then I have like 3 little charms. I don't know if you can see them. 3 little charms. One of them has my initial, and then I have a little charm right here. They're all very shimmery in blue. You can tell blue's my favorite color. And then I have my name engraved here. And then when you open it up, I'm obviously not going to show you like the details like I did with the other journals, just because very personal to me. But I'll show you what it encompasses. I chose like all the notebooks to be like dotted, but you could choose them however you want. And in each of the book, it has like a little pocket that you can put things in. So you could get this anywhere from your local stationery store. I know Louise Carmen, like hers is very popular. AliExpress, this is where I have mine from. Because it comes with the engraving. The stationery store, they don't do engraving. So I don't know, I kind of like that little personal touch. Yeah, but this is one of my favorite things that I've invested in, and probably, hopefully, is going to be a habit that I'm going to continue doing. Yeah, so we will end it off with that. Now, the second journal that I have, and I saw this online and I was like, this is such a beautiful idea, is the junk journal. Now, the junk journal is kind of like a scrapbook where you get to commemorate and keep all of the things that you collect and put it all into one place. A lot of the times when I go into museums or go into galleries or whatever, and they'll have like little pamphlets or little stickers or cards, I'll take them, and then I get home and I realize I have nowhere to put them all together. So sometimes I'll just throw it out. Sometimes I'll just keep it like in a little box, and I didn't really like that idea. I found it too cluttery. So this was such a wonderful idea that I really adore and like. I got this on sale from Michael's. It was like $7, but I realized after, here you're supposed to put your pen, but the pen never fits in, and I hate that. But nonetheless, let me show you what is in my junk journal. So first page, oh my, I hate how this opens up. First page, I have my name, Miriam's journal, and then the year, and then a photo of me. And then this is what it looks like so far. I have some stickers, and then I have this card I got from a thrift store. This card I got from a stationery store where I bought the next notebook I'm going to show you. I have a Metro card because I don't use it anymore. These are getting phased out here in New York City. I have stickers from like the fruits, the palm heart sticker. I have a ticket from The Last Showgirl. I saw this last week. Wonderful movie, by the way. The Big Bite sampler. I love it. Whenever I go to a movie theater, I always have to have a snack. Doesn't matter. I don't care anymore about how expensive it is. The Big Bite sampler is to die for. And I have like the Victoria's Secret pink tag. So I'm excited to see how much I'm going to be collecting. It's not like the prettiest thing ever, but it does make me very happy and makes me feel, it's very therapeutic. That's the word I want to say. Now the background, I got this from also like it's the scrapbook pages at Michael's, because originally the pages look like this because it's meant really for writing, so that's on me, but I do like the feel of this, so I had to get it. Now the third book, the stationery store that I was just mentioning, it's called Goods for the Study New York City, is this Louise Carmen notebook. I saw this and I was like, it is gorgeous, it is sleek, it's pretty, I have to have my hands on it, so I got it. It, you know, is a little bit bigger than the other two. This is what it looks like on the back. It's just the website. And this one I use to dedicate time to continue educating myself or continue learning. I take notes on things like documentaries that I'm watching, articles that I'm reading. That's another goal of mine this year, to continue exposing myself to things and to learn more. So recently I watched 2 documentaries. One about the Scientology and how it's considered like a cult. I found that pretty interesting because I've heard of Scientology but did not know all that too much about it. So I watched a documentary on YouTube and took notes in all the pretty different colors. And then recently, like a couple days ago, I watched a documentary on, I don't know why this page is not on flip, the Nicaraguan banana farms and how they are being exploited by the Dole Fruit Company by harming the farmers' health and leading some of the farmers to die because of the inhumane practices. Which, that reminded me of another topic. I'm going to do a little segue here. I saw a post recently on Twitter, X, whatever you call it. This farmer with her hands being like really like dark and burnt, I think because of her farming cashews. And it reminded me of a point about how we all talk about like wanting to be more sustainable by like not eating meat, not eating poultry, etc., etc. But then that leads me to the question, are our actions truly considering like the farmers who do farm these crops for us? Because in the US, there are a lot more regulations than other countries. And a lot of these companies will take into consideration that fact and exploit those farmers abroad to import the things to us. And some of us are not really aware of these actions. So that made me leave with an idea, this documentary. It made me leave with a couple ideas. I could maybe talk about that in another video if you guys are interested. The documentary is called Bananas, by the way, and you could watch it on Tubi. But something that I thought is, do we really take into account like the humans that do suffer for farming the crops for us? Or when we talk about sustainability, do we just think of like the animals, like, you know, harming the meat, the chicken, fish, etc.? Or do all of us should be taking it a step further to think about the farmers? So that's really a question to think about. Like, where does our food really come from? I'm sure I'm not the first person to discuss this, nor the last, but that thought has been lingering in my head for the past couple days. Nonetheless, this notebook is very nice. Again, it doesn't have to be a Louise Carmen. You could get literally an ordinary Staples notebook, but I just found this to be really gorgeous and I had to have it. Maybe another goal of mine should be not to have impulsive purchases. Now, finally, entering my religious/spiritual side. This one was the most expensive. It was like 30 something, I think. But nonetheless, this notebook, this journal, is a 90-day Quran journal. one of my goals since last year was to get a lot closer to my religion, and part of it was to not only read the Quran as I would do last year, which alhamdulillah is a step that I have been taking successfully every day, but now I want to actually understand and truly comprehend to the fullest what I am reading. Because it's one thing to just read, memorize, but it's another thing to fully understand what you are actually reading. So this one, compared to the other three, is a lot more guided, which I need because the Quran is very vast and like you don't know where to start. So this is like perfect for me personally. Now, I got this on Amazon, by the way, but I think the person who sells it has their own website. Now, I'll show you what the journal looks like. You put your name. It kind of gives a little explanation on what this journal is about. And then you start every day. There's like a little prompt for you. So this one was about the first surah that we read, the Fatiha. And you could see a whole bunch of notes. I feel like I didn't take enough though. I don't know. But every day you're supposed to like do a little prompt. I've been slacking a little bit. I'm trying to do it every week. Hopefully until Ramadan, I will then do it every day. But, every day they have a prompt. So this one is about the Prophet. And then they have, you could like do a little doodling. It's kind of like guided, but also there is space for you to make it your own, which is what I like. It's a perfect balance between the two. So this is a really nice investment for me to get close religiously and spiritually and really understand 100% what I'm following and why I'm following it. Now, depending on what religion or like whatever you believe in, you could always just get like a little notebook and kind of jot down things regarding to your religion and regarding to, your spiritual beliefs and go from there. I think that's a nice dive that a lot of us should do this year to keep ourselves more grounded and to be more grateful. I think a lot of us take a lot of things for granted, even simple things like being able to see or being able to talk or walk. Those are things that we forget to really take for granted, to be grateful about, and we take for granted. So I'm hoping, with journaling, it kind of sets us to this mindset to really cherish the little things that happen in our life and to be more grateful for things and take them less for granted. So now you saw all my journals. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. Line it with my old journals. And that is it for you guys. If you have any questions about the journals or what exactly I do, I'd be happy to go into more detail. This was just a very small video to really introduce one of the habits that I'm doing and hoping to inspire you guys to get into that too. If you really liked the video, if you enjoyed it, please comment, like, and subscribe. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. If there's anything that you want me to go into detail or have any questions about anything in general, any habits, anything like that, please don't be afraid to comment them. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.